Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's May from Moon Directed. Welcome to the channel where we work with energy cycles to see how we can best utilize them to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I want to take a moment to thank everybody for all your support during 2020. I know that I had disappeared for a little while, on and off. I had first COVID, and then I went on my spiritual healing journey, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me and coming back and watching the videos anyways, and just, you know, some people sent me emails and just so much support and love, and so I really want to thank you for all that. It really meant a lot. I want to invite you to come and join us on Monday nights. We do Moon Day Night Live from 7:30 to 9 p.m. I pull cards for each of the signs of the zodiac, and then we do a Q&A for the last 30-40 minutes, whatever there is. So the topic on the 21st will be actually that energy of moving into Aquarius, and I have a really great deck for us to use to try to pick up the energy for that. I'll do all the signs, and then I'll pull cards for individuals, and I will take regular Q&A there too. But on the 28th, it's going to be Health, Wealth, Love, and Destiny night for 2020. So if you would like to know what is going on with you for those areas of your life, come and stop by, and I will pull cards for each of the signs, and then anyone who's in the chat, and I will try to stay as long as I can to try to get everybody. Basically, works out to be like a miniature personal reading, right? Health, love, wealth, and destiny for 2021. So I hope I see you there. I'm going to have to unplug. I meant to do that. I was messing around with the computer. I was trying to hook up to an Ethernet because I have a neighbor who's got 5G, and I really thought if I was on the Ethernet, I would have stronger signal, but I actually had a weaker signal, and I don't know what to do with that. So maybe I need a new Ethernet cord. So I forgot to unplug. Okay, so one last thing. I have launched on my website. No, I haven't launched my website. On my community page, there is a tab, a video I put up for discovering your destiny. It starts January 9th and it runs through June 19th. We'll meet every week, and we're gonna look at your chart, and we're gonna check out the degrees of where things are and the planets and the asteroids, and kind of that's your blueprint. That is your map. That is how we know, you know, what is going on with you, and why you came here at this time to incarnate during this immense and major shift in the planet. And so come and check that out. I have all the details. There's some in the description box below, and then the video also. Okay, so let's get into this. We start out on the 21st, the big news of the day. There's so much big news, but the biggest news of the day is probably the great conjunction of Saturn and Pluto. It happens every 20 years. If you go outside, you might be able to catch it happening in the southwest right around moonrise. I haven't been able to be lucky enough to see it yet because we've only had cloud rise. But I am still hopeful that I will get to see it before it passes all the way by. So get out there and take a look at that. But that energy is the energy of evolution through revolution. And you can see that that's already been happening, right? It's like the energy builds and builds and builds, and it's going to peak on the 21st, and then it's going to start to level off and slide down, and it's going to be like a big water slide of energy. I don't know if the landing's going to be super soft. So there's this energy cycle, and so how can we use that? How can we manifest that for the best for us? And oh wow, you guys, you know, Virgo just got this card too. So it's free from judgment, free to love. This is heart healing energy. Okay. So this is happening in your Aquarius is your fourth house of home, especially if you're a Scorpio rising. So there is this energy, but also Aquarius tends to, being an air sign, can speak its mind. I say that with my two Aquarius children. Can speak its mind very clearly, but sometimes without forethought. And so sometimes those are arrows and wounds that kind of hurt. So there's this level of judgment. And so when we take that energy, and all of us have Aquarius in our chart somewhere, and we take that energy and we turn it on ourselves, it's really painful, right? That judgmental, harsh, you mess that up energy. And so there's a lot of need. I've noticed this in a number of signs to nurture our inner child, to speak to ourselves the way that when we were children we should have been spoken to, right? And so not everybody got that experience of having the loving, nurturing, kind parents. I know my generation in particular, we had a lot of parents that felt like they wanted to make sure that you knew how it was out there in the real world and that you were ready for it. And so, it was a little bit harsher. And honestly, I'm guilty of that with my children too. It wasn't always, I'm a Capricorn. It's hard. It's hard to be that gentle, loving, nurturing parent that you want to be sometimes. And so it's always like, it was done with love, but that didn't mean that it was received that way. It felt like judgment. It felt like harshness. It felt like I'm not good enough, right? And the fact of the matter is, you are a divine spark of God. You are more than enough. And so at this point in time, this last release of karma that seems to be necessary for all of us to be able to elevate to the next level here is this need to find the joy and the happiness of our inner child again, to feel creative and to feel like everything we do is an adventure and it's interesting and it's exciting. And look what I did. I put this line on this paper and it's amazing and I want to see it on the refrigerator, right? The artwork. The artwork of our lives, but everything, celebrate every moment of ourselves. Give ourselves the nurturing, the loving, the understanding, treat ourselves the best way we can. There's also been an energy around having to take care of our health like you would a small child, right? You want to give them the best of everything, nutritionally and emotionally. So do that for yourself and allow yourself to heal and integrate the harsh and quote unquote shadowy sides of yourself. When I did the monthlies, and they're out now, they came out on Sunday, and they came out this morning. I'm recording, and this will be out on Monday the 21st, tomorrow. So when I was recording them, I noticed a big theme through most of the signs about this big energy of transformation that is going on during Capricorn season. And so this really seems to be tapping into that, this need to shed the old skin, to allow ourselves to transform into the new you, the new human, the new paradigm. And there's a big shift. We are not going back to 219. There's only one way, and it's forward, and it's through. And it's through the change. It's through the revolution to get to the evolution. So there's that. Ooh, I love this. This is a new card too. So I also pulled a card for you because the sun moves into Capricorn at 5:02 a.m. And so welcome winter solstice. In the northern hemisphere, that means the days are going to get longer, and I'm so excited about that. And in the southern hemisphere, you guys still have long days, so you can still be excited about it. So I wanted to pull a card about this energy of Capricorn, which is that boss. It is that leader. It is that authority. So how can you use this energy to manifest for yourself in your career sector? And you have the artist, and this is Venus energy. So this is that energy from across the zodiac. And again, that is happening. I noticed this so much when I was doing the readings yesterday, that it's about reaching across the zodiac and pulling in some of that energy. And so Venus rules Taurus. In Taurus, it is about financial, but it's still the arts and the love of the finer things. And you're being asked to create for yourself some of that beautiful grandeur, luxury kind of thing for yourself, but whatever your vision is. And so it is the artist. I create my own vision. So kind of reaching across the zodiac and saying, I can manifest and I can create whatever it is that I envision. That is the superpower of Taurus. And so during this Capricorn season, the way you manifest in the arena of your career path is by having a vision and believing in yourself and doing what it takes to create it. Almost so an artist creates from the heart. Whatever this vision is, whatever it is that you envision for the future, it comes from the heart. So it's something that satisfies and makes you feel appreciated. Because people will take a job for money, absolutely, and they will take it for an opportunity to climb a ladder or whatever. But in the final analysis, I mean, I used to manage a lot. I've Capricorn rising. I've done a lot of business management. I've had that position many times. I've been a trainer. I can tell you that when you do the interviews for them to take the job and when you do the interviews for the exit job, the one thing I can tell you is people want to feel appreciated. So how do you create this vision where you feel appreciated in the work that you do? And when you seek to create in the career sector a sense of being appreciated, even if it comes from you, where you're less judgmental about what work you're doing. You may or may not be able to get it from the higher ups, the work community. But do you appreciate what you're doing, and do you recognize how hard you work, and do you recognize what you put into it, and is it still bringing you joy and happiness in the sense of creating something? Like, do you feel like you have the flexibility to use your skill set, your brains or whatever, your skills, the knowledge and everything to improve things, or do you feel stagnant and I just show up for work, I do my job, and I leave? Because if that's the situation, then that's something over the next couple of years that you might really want to start looking at. How can you shift that around? If 2020 did anything, it showed us where we don't like things in our lives. Okay, so we don't like that. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? I knew a guy that used to say that. Well, okay, so what are you going to do about it? So say that to yourself. What am I going to do about it? So, free from judgment, free to love, free to create the vision, free to have input and feel appreciated. Those are two very important things going on for you over the course of the next, it starts off with this energy this month, but I feel like it transitions through the next couple of years while Saturn is in Aquarius. So we start off with the moon in Pisces, and the moon in Pisces wants you to really feel into your energy. And again, now that is another water sign for you, and that's in your 5th house of creativity. So again, with that whole creation energy, that is fun and romance and creation, and what is it that you want to create? What do you desire? What is this idea that you want to nurture and really grow along? And so you see there's this ladder. It looks really rickety to get up there. And so with this energy of Aquarius in Saturn now, we are elevating, but we still need structure. Maybe you need something a little less rickety. So how are you going to create that? And so then the moon is going to move into Aries at 5:32 p.m. on Monday, and it'll be there. This is interesting. It'll be there Tuesday and Wednesday. And one thing, while the moon is in Aries, it's going to come into a square with the sun in Capricorn and then Mercury in Capricorn. And so it's kind of like Aries is like, moon in Aries wants to do something. I feel this in my heart and I want to go out. I want to create it. I want to manifest it. And the sun goes, oh, I think that's a great idea. How are you going to do it? Because it's hanging out in Capricorn. Mercury's like, yeah, let me hear your plan. This has been a really big theme for a while with all the planets that's been there in Capricorn, and this month will be kind of going through that again, that final phase until all that's really left going on in Capricorn for a little while there, once these planets move on through, will be Pluto. And so once a month, the moon's going to come around and Pluto's like, how's that transformation going? But other than that, it's going to kind of ease off. And so using this energy to really tap into what your plan is becomes really important, because you have here the peacock. Raise your standard. Are you feeling appreciated? Are you feeling the love? Are you feeling creative? Are you feeling like, are you settling? Don't settle. You have memories. This is cherished memories of loved ones. You know, there's a real need to assess where you're going, which starts out with knowing where you are, and then using this discernment. And this memories, cherished memories of loved one. I think because we're coming into the holiday season, you know, there's, and this is happening in your sixth house of balance. So maybe it's about figuring out, are you appreciated at home? Are you appreciated at work? Maybe it's about creating that work-life balance. And you have money. Find a way to abundance. That's this other energy of feeling creative and being able to create your vision. This memories one, you know, also it could be tied into this work sector thing too. I mean, it could be definitely personal. We're at the holiday season, right? But it could be that you started out there and you really, wherever you've worked, you've been there a while, and you have a lot of friendships and you really enjoy the people, or there's things, you know, and so leaving a place of employment, those are relationships that you don't see these people every day, and so the ties lessen, right? And so maybe you're like staying there because, well, I really like it, the people. It's just the work is so routine, I'm not stimulated. Scorpio likes to be stimulated. It's going to be different for each of you, and I'm sure you know where you are on that spectrum right there. But this is, when the moon is in Aries, this is really about digging a little deeper to find the solution to the problem that you've identified through 2020, because everything was really brought to our attention. It was kind of hard to miss anything, right? So then on December 24th, the moon moves into Taurus. And I would like to just take a moment to wish a Merry Christmas to all of you that celebrate Christmas, and a Happy Kwanzaa to those who celebrate Kwanzaa, and to those lucky few in Canada and the UK that get that whole bonus extra Christmassy day called Boxing Day. Well, I'm not going to tell you how jealous I am. I'm just going to wish you a happy Boxing Day. Okay, I'm a little jealous. All right, so it just sounds fun. I have this vision of what Boxing Day should look like, and it doesn't involve presents, and it makes me laugh. Okay, so here we go. The moon moves into Taurus at 5:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 555. That's changed. 2021 is a 5. It's changed, just so much change happening, right? And Scorpio, everybody likes change when they initiate it. They don't particularly like having it foisted on them. But that moon is happening in your 7th house of romance. And if you're feeling a little stagnant, if you're feeling a little underappreciated, you know, what can you do to address that situation? You know, are you being attentive? Are you putting in the effort? Are you doing those things? That's one place to start. Sometimes it's such a breakdown that it's like, I can't breathe and I'm getting out. That's okay too. You have to decide for yourself. Sometimes it's those family situations. You go home and you're 13 years old again. And you're like, oh my goodness. You know, I grew up, right? Like, you know that, right? So when you're being triggered by these things, take a deep breath. and notice what it feels like to be triggered, and deal with it later. Go ahead and enjoy the moment as much as you can. Stay as present as you can to what's going on. Let your fears and anxieties over the season go. I know that it can be stressful sometimes hanging out with people who think that you haven't lived a whole life and you don't have all the trust me, I know. But, put the safe, healthy boundary around yourself and protect yourself and say, I'm going in there to find the joy in the now moment, and I'm going to treat them like they're the adults that they are. And I expect and I anticipate that, some of them will respond accordingly. That's all you can do, right? So it takes a little willpower, it takes a little courage to go in there and handle that situation. But the energy around those 3 days of the holidays, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th, while the moon is in Taurus, is really pretty gentle, all things considered. So, all things considered 2020. So just, find the joy in the now moment. Be your best you. Oh my gosh, look at this. So you have this peacock, which is about letting your light shine and being proud of who you are. And then you have this shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it is time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. And your true beauty is that you are a spark of the divine, that you are more than lovable, and it is okay if you make errors, because that's where the learning and the growing process is. My dad used to say to me, do you have to learn everything the hard way? And I used to think to myself, yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Because that's pretty much how it's gone. I mean, really, do you remember the easy lessons when you were in school? Do you remember the classes that you sailed through or anything that you learned there? No, but I'll tell you what, the classes where I had to repeat them or go over it, or I had to study really hard and I had to draw the diagrams out and I had to practice and walk around repeating the stuff. Or I used to teach my stuffed animals my stuff so that I was talking it out loud so I could hear it in my head, so that when I went to take my test, like, I could hear myself speaking. That stuff I remember. It is the hard lessons. So that becomes your wisdom. And your wisdom, it's the tapestry of what you're made of. And the more threads in sheets make them smoother and silkier. The more thread count that you have in tapestries that hang on the wall, the richer, the more beautiful the colors, the more vibrant. That's who you are. Scorpio, you're the most vibrant from experience and wisdom of the zodiac, right? You have gone through so much. So shine, because you can, because you do, because you've had all this life experience, and it makes you rich and very dimensional and multidimensional. Shadow, when you're doing artwork, right? It's the shadow that takes a 2D picture and makes it 3D. But now we're talking 5D. So how much shadow and light and shading is that? Shine. Just shine. And you have healing. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. And the healing comes from freeing yourself and others from judgment. Everybody is just really doing the best they can. They are. Keep saying that. And then we have stargazing. So get out there if you can and see that conjunction and be in awe of the way that the energies of the universe move and affect us, and the way the energy from this planet moves out and affects the universe. It does. All energy shifting, moving, affects everything in its way. You think about dropping a pebble into a pond and how the rings go out and it makes the things move, the little skater bugs or the leaf or the twigs or whatever, and it pushes things toward the shore. Everything gets affected by energy waves, right? Sound waves are energy waves. So stargazing, when you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition, it comes from a fairy deck. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Go out there and look up with awe and an open mind and heart and say, I'm here, universe. What message are you whispering to me? And then listen. And then listen. And then it's time to get to work. So, that moon is going to move into Gemini. That is your 8th house of transformation. It's time to get to work. So while the moon is in Gemini, gets there 6:30, 3 p.m. on Saturday. It'll be there for Sunday and into Monday. It is time to start focusing on the transformation that you're trying to create for yourself. So allow yourself to be inspired. Listen to your heart. That's where the sounds come from, the sounds of inspiration. And then set about transforming your life. Focus on what needs to be done next. What are the steps? If at all possible, Scorpio, get outside and look at the stars. And listen to the whisperings of the universe, because you have stars again. It says, stars, you can manifest every wish. Whatever it is, when you're out there and you're recharging your system. And honestly, Scorpio, the moonlight, right? That's intuition, watery energy. The darkness, that's Scorpio's ability to dig deep, to transform. And the light in the darkness reminds us that there's always light in the darkness, right? There's always light that shines. And so go out there and listen to the whisperings of your heart and your soul, of the universe, and then focus on the changes you want to make and get ready to take action, because the time is coming. Now, I will be honest with you. If you check out the monthly reading, you will notice that there was a real trend of Capricorn season. It's slow go. It's more about planting that seed of intention of what it is you want to create and nurturing the idea and breathing life into it every day. The actual action steps seem to be more when the sun moves into Aquarius, especially when that new moon hits in Aquarius on February 11th. And then the world starts speeding up in a hurry. So it's good to do the stargazing, to set your intentions now, to really feel into the energy and plan for the future and dream of your future and decide, I'm going to manifest the future of my dreams. I'm going to create my vision. Because I can. Because you can. Okay, Scorpio. I think that's it. Oh, one other thing. Spirit, boy. Spirit wants us to connect with music. Like really connect to spirit with music. So listen to high vibrational energy music. It could be dance music from the 80s if that's what makes you happy. It can be holiday classics if that's what makes you happy. It can be, there's lots on YouTube, lots of music that's for meditation or whatever. Whatever rocks your boat and makes you happy, connect to spirit through music. And for you, also through the stars. Wow, that's some big stuff. All right, Scorpio. Ooh, I'm so itchy from that. All right, you guys have a great week. I look forward to seeing you soon. Stop by and check out Moon Night Live. I would love to connect with you. And if you are at all curious, it would be excellent if you would check out the video at the community page about discovering your destiny and see if that's a course that you would like to participate in. I would love to have you. Your wisdom would be so welcomed. All right, you guys take care. Have a great week, and I will talk to you soon.